Hello viewers, welcome to Ekam IAS Academy. As you have known already, since 2 days we are saying SR report is a news. So today this is going to be the point of discussion. You might all have some idea that SR is a report related to education. So why this is very important for you people to study is because education is the main social problem. So we are not able to achieve 100% literacy. The current status of India, like according to 2011 census, only 74% national literacy we have. Okay, so why is this? And all these things, okay, for these things to understand, we need to have some background work done by some NGOs or by the government, so that we can understand what is the level of understanding or where the gaps in learning are there, all these things, okay, so that we can better provide policies to enhance the literacy rate and level of education in the country. So this is the background of this issue. Now let us start the video. Here we are going to discuss why this report is in news. We'll discuss all the related things related to SR report, what are the key highlights of this current report, and what are the challenges we can observe from the report. And there is another survey also related to education done by another organization or agency. So what is this? We'll discuss, and we'll also see what is the way forward, and other many interesting things also we'll find as part of this video. So here you can see the syllabus mapping. It forms part of GS1 under Indian Society and GS2 under Social Justice. Okay, so for it is relevant for both the papers. Then why it is a news? As I have told you, annual status of education report, in short we call it SR. Okay, that was released by Pratham Foundation. So this is NGO, do remember this. Okay, NGO means non-governmental organization. It doesn't have any connection to the government. Okay, so this report is being released. So what you have to know about SR report? Okay, SR is a report released by NGO Pratham. We have seen when it is started. It is started in 2005. So from 2005 till 2014, it continued annually. Means they used to release the report every year. But then what happened from 2016? They said we are going to release it 2 years once. Okay, so they're not going to release it. Okay, that means every alternate year only they're going to release this from 2016. Then the most important thing you have to remember here is they're conducting this survey, not going to school and all. Okay, they're going to conduct this survey based on households. Okay, so if you see, two main things you have to keep in mind is this is a household survey. Household means they'll go from house to house and then they'll assess what is the gap learning or what is the level of education among the people and all. Okay, so what is the target age group? Then you should know. Earlier it used to be 6 to 14 years. Even if you remember, this is the age where we are providing free and compulsory education under Article 21A, right? This was added by which amendment? Answer in the comment section. Okay, this is the first question for the day. Then, okay, so also answer education is in which list? Okay, under 7th schedule there are 3 lists, no? So answer in which list does this education fall? Then, so the target age group earlier used to be 6 to 14 years for the SR survey, but now they, in this particular report, they focused only on 14 to 18 years of age children. Okay, and also other interesting and important thing you have to remember is this is confined only to rural areas. There is no pan-India survey conducted by SR. Okay, so they are only confined to rural areas because urban areas most of the times are educationally they have good facilities and they have some better outcomes from urban areas compared to rural areas where they're devoid of some facilities, right? That is why they're focusing mainly on rural areas only. So these are the main things which you have to keep in mind. So then what is the focus? So they're identifying what is the enrollment status of children, okay, from 3 to 16 years. Enrollment means when you're registering your name and all with any school, then you are said to be enrolled in that school. But enrollment ratio, if you have remembered, even in national education policy, we wanted to achieve this gross enrollment ratio to 100%. GER we call gross enrollment ratio to 100%, and they have kept a target year. What is the target year? Also answer in the comment section. Okay, so if you see enrollment status of children, they want to check between 3 to 16, and also they wanted to check basic reading and arithmetic between 5 to 16 years of age group. Okay, so what is the significance of this survey? Means they wanted, because if they provide this data, okay, so how much is the percentage of enrollment or all the things, if then it can be used by the government when they're formulating the policies. Means, for example, national education policies released in 2020, right? It was headed by whom? Kasturi Rangan. Okay, so now based on Kasturi Rangan committee's report only this was formulated. Means whenever they're formulating such policies, then these things will be looked into. Okay, so they will understand and they will focus on the challenge areas, then they can deliver it better, right? So what is the target age group? As we have discussed, it is 14 to 18 years. Okay, they have conducted almost in 28 districts in 26 states of India. Almost 30,000 37,000 people are covered, or maybe students are covered under this survey. Then what is the objective? Foundational reading and arithmetic abilities. Okay, so are they able to read English, or are they able to solve division problems and the basic math problems? All these things are checked under this survey. Then what are the areas they have focused upon? Okay, so these are the 4 areas in which the survey was conducted. Okay, so activities means are they able to perform? So what are the activities they're performing other than school? Okay, so you know, sometimes people will be like to support their families, they will be engaged in some other activities also along with school. So what are those things? Okay, currently in which things they are engaged. Then awareness and also in digital skills, how much is the digital literacy among this targeted age group? And educational and career pathways also they wanted. What are the aspirations they wanted to become in the future? That was also surveyed. And also ability to apply foundational skills, means whatever you learn in school, whether you are able to apply as part of your daily lives or not. This is also also was checked under this survey. Then what happened? Key highlights from this report. Okay, so what is the status of youth activities? Means if you see, most of the female, okay, so compared to men, female like students between 14 to 18 age group were engaged in household works daily. Almost 30% more than male. Female were engaged in household works. Okay, and also if you see, among females and males both. Okay, so other than household works, most of the students are engaged in working on family forms. Means if their father and mother are engaged in their farm work, they are also engaged after their school or during holidays or something. Okay, here both male and female, but comparatively females are engaged more in household activities. Then 30% of youth are working for their parents. This is what I am thinking, okay, observed as part of this survey. Then what are the aspirations? So what are the aspirations means what the students of this age group said they wanted to become in the future. So males wanted to become part of army and police. These are the two whatever the observed professions or aspirations among the targeted age group among male. Then among the girls, they said they wanted to become either teacher or doctor. These are the aspirations among the female population. Then age gap in enrollment. Okay, so what is the age gap? Means almost 86% of this age group, they have enrolled in educational institutions. But if you see, who are not enrolled means, if 14-year-old, almost 4% of the 14-year-old across the survey conducted areas only are not engaged in this education enrollment, but 32.6% in the 18-year age bracket were not enrolled. Means as the as you are progressing, okay, so they are getting dropped out of this education system. This is not a welcome sign. Okay, so this should be reduced. Okay, then choice of streams. So what they are choosing after their inter and in degree, whatever they want to choose is, most of the people are preferring arts and humanities. Okay, because of lack of confidence or lack of command in English and all. Okay, but you know, most of the times what is most important is for any job to get selected in any job, most of the times this STEM is very important. STEM means science, technology, engineering and mathematics. So this stream is very important, but most of the rural people in this age bracket 14 to 18 are choosing either arts or humanities. That is also one notable thing observed by this survey. Then status of vocational training. Vocational training means other than education, the things which you wanted to learn. Okay, so some people will be having interest, some people will have interest in painting or designing something, all these things, right? Those are considered as vocational trainings. But if you see, only 5.6 people, okay, of this surveyed youth are taking vocational training along with their education. That is not a recommended thing, because if you remember, even Varda scheme, which was proposed by Gandhiji, okay, under which education was the main focus area. So under that also Gandhiji promoted this vocational training. Even this was also made part of national education policy in 2020 also. Okay, But if you see, occasional training by the youth is mostly at the college level, okay? So in the school level, they're not showing interest. And another thing is duration is maximum 6 months or less, okay? So within 6 months only they should trying to complete this, okay? And even if you remember, central government is launching many skill development programs also to enhance this occasional training. Then assessment of basic skills and literacy levels. If you see, almost 25% of 14 to 18 age group cannot read a standard level text, second level textbook, means second class textbook, okay? That is not a good sign. And females, almost 76% do better than the males. They are only 70%, okay, in reading a second level textbook. Then English reading skills, if you see, 57% can read English sentences. Out of these also, only 3/4 are able to understand, means 1/4 people, means almost 1/4 of the people, they're able to read but they're not able to understand what they're reading. That is the main problem. Then division problems. More than half among this age bracket are struggling to do a 3-digit by 1-digit problems, wherein only 43% are able to do those problems correctly without any mistake. And in 2017, 39.5% of youth are doing only this superficial division, while in 23 it has increased to 43%. Okay, there is a 4% increase almost. That is a good sign. Then applying foundational skills to daily life, means if you learn how to read English or how to understand English, then whether you are able to use that knowledge in your daily life or not. So how did they test? 2/3 of the surveyed youth, okay, almost 65%, they are able to read instructions on a ORS solution, okay? So you know, oral rehydrate solution. In this, if there will be some instructions know how you have to take it and all, so only 2/3 of the people are able to read it. Then digital divide, you know, this is a main issue, right? Okay, so if you see, almost 90% of the surveyed youth are able to have a good idea about smartphones, okay? That means even the all the children, even when they're born only, they're learning how to use a smartphone. Within 1 year, they're trying to operate a smartphone, right? Yes or no? That is true in the recent times. So 90% of the youth, okay, they had access to smartphones. Among these also, 95% boys and 90% girls are using a smartphone in the rural areas under this survey children. So then if you see, only 2/3 are using for education activity, then 1/3 are using for entertainment activity, okay? So this is another thing. So what are the challenges associated with this report, okay? What are challenges highlighted by this report, okay? So if you see, no improvement in foundational literacy. Foundational literacy means much from the foundational level, there is no much improvement, okay? And in numeracy skills also, like performing division problems and all, there is no much improvement. And poor quality labor force. If these things are not there, for example, foundational skills are not there, then how you will expect, or how will you prepare yourself to get a job, whatever you teach, like whatever you want, okay? So that is one main issue. This is impacting the labor force also. That is why, if you see, the academia industry gap, that means what we are studying in academics and what is actually required as part of industry, due to this gap only, there is large scale unemployment also in India. So skill enhancement is the issue, right? Okay, so this is one main problem, okay? And balancing academics and family responsibilities is also one challenge, because most of the times you will see, whenever there is more number of persons in the family, so only they cannot depend on the father, okay? They will ask the children after certain age also to join father to help the family and all these things. And even if you see the girl children, they are asked to take care about the older people in the home or the younger ones in the home and all. So these things are mainly the challenges highlighted by this survey. Then poor utilization of smartphones for education purpose. As we have discussed, they're using the smartphones, very less number of people are using for education purposes. Most of the people are using for entertainment purposes. Then gender disparity in reading and arithmetic skills also. So in solving and reading also, there is a notable difference between male and female. This is another issue. Gender disparity in digital skills also, okay? As we have seen, 96% boys are using a smartphone, 90% girls are using a smartphone. There is a divide in gender also. Then what is this NAS? Okay, this is National Achievement Survey. So why we have to study as part of this? Because when I told you in previous videos also, when you're coming across one particular thing, you have to find it out whether there is any other similar thing, okay? So if there is a similar thing, what is the difference between this? Otherwise, if there is SS survey and if it is doing everything, then why another survey is required, right? Okay, so these things should be part of your preparation. So as I have told you, this is mainly conducted by NGO, okay, means non-government. So government cannot completely rely on this survey, okay, right? Then it is only focusing on specific age group. Secondary thing. Third thing is they are only focusing in rural areas. So having its own limitations, government have to use another survey also to formulate any education policy. That is why this National Achievement Survey was also conducted by whom? Ministry of Education. Okay, so NCERT started this. Sometimes NCERT, sometimes CBSE under Ministry of Education is conducting this survey. So what is this survey? This is the largest nationwide sample-based education survey. What is the differences between SR and NAS is very important. They can ask you in prelims, or if you have to write, okay, in any answer in mains also, this will be useful. Do remember, this is an NGO based, okay, this is governmental. That is the first difference. Second difference is here all the school children are covered, and here only targeted age group are covered. Third difference is this is only focused, SR is focused only on rural areas, but this is covering all the government schools, central government schools, state government schools, and even private schools also. So this is a household survey, this is a school based survey. These are the differences which you have to remember. So this is showing the effectiveness of school education, and also you can see here government aided schools and private schools are also covered under this National Achievement Survey. So these are the two surveys which we have in terms of education. Then what is the way forward? So we have to reorient vocational education, that is also said in the National Education Policy 2020, and you can also see empowering underprivileged learners. Okay, so who are not able to have access to education, those persons have to be they have to be boosted. Okay, they have to be empowered more in tracking this digital technology usage, and also promoting the constructive use. Constructive means there should not be any misuse of technology. Okay, so they have to use this available technology to enhance their knowledge and to enhance their education and life skills. So that should be the way forward for this particular topic. Okay, so now we'll see the practice question and PYQ also. So theme based PYQ related to this, what is a previous year question? Which of the following provisions of the constitution in India does have a bearing on education? Means which of the constitutional provisions have some relation to education? Directive principles of state policy, rural and urban local bodies, 5th schedule, 6th schedule and 7th schedule. Select the correct answer. Here a number of options are given. Answer in the comment section. Okay, so what is the answer? I'm giving time, you can answer. Yes, so here answer is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So directive principles, if you have remembered, there is article 45. Okay, in urban and local bodies, if you see, there are functional items, 18 for panchayats and 29, no. In this also there is a mention of providing education schools and all. In 5th and 6th schedule areas also, although they have separate administration, they are empowered. In 7th schedule, you know, education falls under concurrent list. That is what I have asked in the beginning. So answer is 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. So now practice question for prelims. Hunter Commission on Education was constituted under the governorship of whom? Lord Curzon, Dalhousie, Lord Ripon and Lord Irwin. Answer in the comment section. Then what is the mains question for practice? This is also a PYQ. You can see in 2020 itself National Education Policy was released. So same year they have asked a question. Okay, so if you see National Education Policy is in conformity with Sustainable Development Goal 4 2030. So it intends to reconstructive and reorient education system in India, critically examine the statement. Okay, so you have to explain what is National Education Policy mainly aiming at, how it will help in realizing this SDG 4. What is this SDG 4? Yes, answer in the comment section. It intends to revamp this education system. You have to critically analyze, means you have to write what are the positives of national education system and what are all the neglected areas also, if anything is not covered. So you have to write both aspects of this particular policy. Okay, so as we have come to the end of the video, in this video what did we discuss? We have discussed about SR report. Okay, so who is releasing this and what are special features of SR report? We have seen key findings of the report, and also we have discussed the differences between SR report and another survey report related to education, that is National Achievement Survey conducted by Ministry of Education also, and we have seen practice question for prelims and mains. So this is all with respect to this video. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you.